Hello. I build worlds for a living, but I don't build them alone.
I'm Jeannie, the first reader and the partner who keeps the real world running.
I'm J.E. Sutton Jr. This is the co authored life.
A look at the stories we share and the life we're building together. Wow, you've been busy lately.
I have been busy. So, as you know, we have a new book release coming out April 14th, Cybernetic Resonance. So, I've been busy for the past few weeks getting all of the production files ready, uploaded to the various printing companies, and getting all that done. Covers in different styles and different sizes. We are publishing on Amazon for ebooks and paperback. We're publishing on Ingram Spark for paperback and a really nice hardcover, which I'm hoping to sell on Amazon as well. I think people will be really excited about that. And we're publishing ebooks to draft to digital, which pushes those out to a host of retailers across the world, including Apple and Barnes and Noble and some other sites, including libraries and things like that. So I've been doing that. That process can be very, very lengthy. Um, because you upload them, and in the case of Ingram Spark, like, you wait for 3 days for them to come back and tell you that there's a problem. You have to redo it, then you have to wait
Right.
another 3 days. It just, it takes a while. Some of the other sites are a little faster, but all in all, it took about a little over a week to get it all done. They're all loaded up and ready to go, ready for, pre-sale, which is gonna start in a couple of weeks, and, going live in April, 14th.
So they've all been okayed and everybody says, check, your covers are good,
So
your printing looks good.
yeah. Yeah, all the files have been accepted. All the, additions are live and ready to go, on the sale date, which is, like I said, which is April 14th.
Yeah.
Um, the only thing
That's,
left is to make sure that all of the distribution points get notified of the say of the book before it goes on sale, and that can take some time. Draft to digital takes a couple of weeks to get it out to everybody. It
oh,
takes a few days for Ingram Sparks, listing to go out. But, that's what we're waiting on now.
but
Hopefully
usually
that gets done.
Amazon is like instant, right?
And yeah, Amazon within 72 hours, Amazon is done. I've never had it actually take 72 hours. So, it just usually takes about 24 to 48 hours for the book to be finished on
Hmm.
Amazon, and you pretty much get instant feedback if there's a problem with the book. What takes time is their, editorial approval. They review it to make sure there's nothing, uh, that they have issues that doesn't violate their terms of service or anything.
Yeah.
So, that's
I
what
wonder,
we've
I
been
don't even
doing.
know what that would be.
Um, I don't know. I really don't know, but I mean, there are things that would violate their terms of service. They also check
I
things to
guess if
make
you
sure that
like
you
threaten somebody in the middle of your book,
maybe
do you
or
think they
you
would catch
uploaded a
that?
maybe, maybe if you uploaded a copy of somebody else's book, they probably check it against a
Oh, yeah.
copyright,
That's
um,
probably what they really look for,
database,
not what
things like.
I'm
No,
coming
they
up
do
with.
automatic checks for some of that stuff. They will catch, um, some grammar and spelling mistakes, not all, but they will catch some. They did catch one. There was one word that was misspelled that Amazon caught, and I was able to fix that during,
Communication,
uh
wasn't it?
communication
Communication?
was
Yeah.
missing an I in the middle of it. So we got that resolved. There are probably others that'll come up, but no matter how long you edit it, no matter how many times you stare at it, eventually, you just have to say it's ready to go and accept what it is. And
Yep.
I've read books that have been published by big publishing houses and have been in print for 40 years that have spelling or grammar mistakes. It is what it is. At some point,
Yeah.
it's done and you move on. So that's what we've been doing. Now there are other things that are going on. We are recruiting right now for our ARC readers group, and I think we announced this last time, but we are recruiting now. We're going to be recruiting for the next week, about another week, and then we're going to be releasing the book to our ARC readers. So if you are listening to this and you would like to be on the ARC reading team, you should go to the website, jesuttonjr.com, go to the menu, select ARC Reader Sign Up, and fill out a little short form and get on the list for inclusion in that. And if you've never done an ARC reading before, basically what that is that you'll get an electronic copy of the finished manuscript prior to release around the 14th of this month, and you'll have a month to read it and then prepare reviews. We hope that you'll write a review, an honest review, your honest opinion, to be published to both Amazon and Goodreads on the launch day. And the reason this helps us is having readers put up reviews, especially if they're good reviews, and we hope that they are, on launch day, helps build up the momentum for the book, helps get it pushed up in the ratings so that it gets offered to people, and it helps early sales of the book. So we hope that folks will sign up for the ARC reading and uh, be the first to experience the book for free, and then leave us an honest review on those two sites and any other sites they want, but those two sites specifically because they get a lot of traffic. And that in that way, it helps us build momentum for the launch of the book. So that's what we're doing right now.
Okay, people, sign up. This is how you help your author friends get known, get their books out there. They need the exposure upfront. Well, not upfront, but like as soon as it comes out, so that people go, oh, hey, there's this new book by J.E. Sutton Jr. Look, it's already been reviewed. People like it, or people found it wildly crazy. I'm going to read it anyway. Whatever. But this is how you support authors. Please, please
Yes. So
sign
if
up.
you have any interest in the book at all, sign up, and we'll get you a spot on there. There are spots still available. We're going to hold it open for about another week, and then we're going to close it and send it out to those folks who are on the list. And we already have people signed up. There are spots available though, so if you'd like to be a part of it, like I said, go to the website,
It's
sign up
so
today,
good.
and and if you have questions, uh, you know, message us on any of the social media platforms. And we'll do our best to help answer any questions you have about the process, about the book itself. And we're really excited about the book. Jeannie and I both think, uh, not that we're objective or anything, but we both think it's a better book than the Failsafe program. We both think the Failsafe program is really good, but this book is better written. It has the benefit of another 6 months of experience in writing and more familiarity with the characters and the situation. So I think it's a much better
Yeah,
book.
the failsafe program was a great introduction to the characters. This, you start to really get to know who they are, how
Right.
they function, how they think. It's just it's good. It's
Yeah, I
good.
think the first book suffers from what Jenny and I would call pilotitis, and that's when
Yeah.
you watch, a new show on TV, and the first show can be a little difficult to watch because there's so much world building, so much explanation they have to put into that early show that it kind of takes away from maybe the story a little bit. And I think that maybe the failsafe program could suffer from that a little bit, and that is not true of cybernetic resonance.
No, in cybernetic resonance, you do not have to read the failsafe
No.
program to get into this book. It you get caught up very quickly. So don't let that scare you away from this book. The book is great. We love it. So yeah,
Yeah, I
ARC
wanted
reader, sign
I
up.
wanted to yeah, our creature side. I want to make a point of that. I specifically wanted to write the book in such a way that you could pick it up and read it all the way through. I think once you read it, if you've not read the failsafe program, you'll want to go back and read it just to see what all the references are about. But you'll be able to understand the plot, understand the characters without that. I made a special care and included enough detail to catch you up so that you don't have to read the first book.
Yeah.
Anyway, so that's where we're at with the book, and we continue our writing process. I'm in the middle of writing a third book now, just past 30,000 words. So
I have not started
getting closer
editing.
and closer. No, she hasn't edited this one at all yet. You haven't even read any of it, have you? Oh, you read the first
No,
couple
I
of
read the
pages or
first
something. Yeah.
paragraph. Remember, we had the whole
Oh
discussion
yeah.
about the
Right.
character and her
Right.
physical attributes.
Right. Oh yeah. 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 She was shorter than you thought she should be.
I mean, she's short. She's shorter than me.
right or not. But
Yeah, I don't know. We'll talk about it later.
we'll we'll my editor would like to have a word with me later. Um, but beyond that, the world of Alan Harrison and Layla will continue. This next book that I'm writing is not exactly in the world same universe, not all the same characters, but we already have at least two more novels in the Alan Harrison and Layla series planned. So never fear if you're enjoying the series, there will be more. Keep buying, keep reading, keep helping publicize the books so that we can keep going. I will tell you that going on Amazon now and seeing that it's book one and book two of a two book series is kind of exciting. It's kind of
Yeah.
interesting.
When
So
I was like, whoa, that's already here.
it's already there, yeah. So so that's where we are with the book. I don't think there's much more we can talk about there. There'll be more details to come. I do want to also remind people while we're talking about the book that we are doing a book signing in Jacksonville on the 21st of March at Happy Medium Book Cafe. It's on
Park Street.
Park Street, and we'll be advertising in the next few days. We'll be ramping up our advertising for that. So if you live in the Jacksonville area, come out. If you don't have a paperback copy of the Failsafe program, you can buy one there, and I'll sign it for you. If you have your copy of the Failsafe program that you'd like autographed, bring it in and give it to us. We'll sign it for free, and give us a chance to meet up and talk and have a good conversation. So we're hoping for good turnout. Those of you who are fans of the work already, those of you who watch this and are curious about it and are in the Jacksonville area, stop by. Again, that's March 21st from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. We'll be
Yes.
at the
Yes.
Happy Medium Book Cafe on Park Street, and like I said, we'll include some information in the description for the podcast. We'll also be advertising on social media all the next 2 weeks, so that you get reminders. Put it on your calendar and show up to help us celebrate the book.
Just, yeah, come out and say hi. Say,
Yep.
yay,
Yeah.
you wrote a book.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Well, and if you don't even care about the book, come out and say hi and visit the Happy Media Book Cafe because it's a really cool place. And it
It
supports
is.
local authors here in Jacksonville, and it's really a nice little place. It's really an amazing bookstore. So hope to see as many of you as possible there. So that's what's going on the writing front. What's the next topic we have, Jeannie?
Well, on our trip, we started an audiobook.
We did. We're gonna call
And
this segment
so,
the segment is called for the time being. The segment is called "What We're Reading." Jeannie would like a better title, so if you have a
yeah,
suggestion, send us a comment for what the section should be called.
literary
If you'd like
lounge.
literary lounge, okay.
Well, or, oh my gosh, why did we not think about this before, Jerry? The
The
Analog
analog
Book Club.
the analog book club. It's the analog book club.
We're so crazy that we forgot
So that's
that.
the title.
So, yes, the
You've been
Analog Book Club.
so let's talk about the book we started on our trip to Miami a few weeks ago.
The God of the Woods by Liz Moore.
Liz Moore, yeah. And so you introduced me to this book. I was a little skeptical, to be honest with you. I'd never heard of it or Liz Moore, but you saw it on a reading list for former President Barack Obama, who, politics aside, uh, likes to tell people books that he's read. I love that, especially in a society where less than 40% of people read a book a year. I love that he supports the arts and publishes that kind of a list.
Yeah, it was also on the, we're just gonna name drop here, on the New
Yeah,
Heights, they just started a book club, and of
podcast.
course, yeah, the girlfriend of Travis Kelce listened to this
Whose name we're
book.
not gonna mention?
No. Um, and so that was their book, and I was like, "Oh, okay." And suddenly Bookstagram and Book Talk were all talking about this book, and I'm like, "Well, let's see who else liked it." And that's when I found that Barack Obama also loved this book.
Okay, so we just have to find our way to get, our book on their podcast, and then we're good to go?
Yeah,
I'll work on
sounds like it. Send a copy to Barack Obama.
that. Well, I sent a copy to my former boss, maybe he'll send it to Brock.
Anyway, so
So
we listened to this book. Wow. The character development is so meticulous, and she just has a way of getting you involved in these people's lives. And then at the end of a chapter, just like cliffhanger. And then she starts the POV of another character.
yeah, so that's a good point. So the book, let's just, uh, in a nutshell, the book
Okay.
uh, is about, a disappearance of a camper at a summer camp in the I'm gonna get that wrong. The,
Adirondack.
Adirondacks
Adirondack.
Adirondacks, mountains in New York, and, uh, in the course of the story, it goes back into several different, time periods. It includes a missing, child, from the same area who happens to be the brother of the girl who's missing now. And so we hear all the stories about how that case unfolded, stories even farther back in the lives of the main characters. And the thing that struck me throughout this book is when you're listening to it, when you're experiencing it, you start to think, well, why is she telling me this? Why do I need to know this about this character? That seems to be a lot
Right.
of information. Who is this guy? But by the end of the book, every single one of those characters has a part to play in the resolution and helps you understand the very complex plot um, that comes together very quickly in the last few chapters of the book. And so it is a
Yeah.
multi point of view book. Rotates between, I think, at least 6 or 7 characters.
On the 1975, August 1975, where the event happens. And then,
1951,
oh
1951
yeah,
as
no.
well. 1951, 10 years before the first incident. So and again, there's at least half dozen characters that have a point of view in this book. She does an excellent job of weaving all that together, developing the
Yes.
characters, making you care about the characters. Several of the characters stand out as having a great character development through the story. And ultimately, the story is a story of tragedy and,
So tragic.
oh, probably, I don't know how to say
The
this. I don't
role
want to
of
spoil anything,
women.
but it's the role of women is prominent there. The role of wealth and privilege
Yes.
and things like that. So it's
Yeah, we don't want
very
to spoil
well
it.
done. Yeah, it's a very
Yeah.
well done story. We love the story. We actually there in Back to Miami is only for us a little over 10 hours. So we
Right.
didn't get through all of the book on the audio uh on the audiobook through the trip. So we had to listen to it separately for the last 4 hours because it is about a
Yeah.
14-hour listen. But it was fantastic. I came uh, I came into the kitchen yesterday after my wife got home from work, and she's sitting at the table with her phone, and she holds up her. She's like, and she points at her phone. And I assumed she was on a phone call. So I just, I'm quiet. I get some coffee. I settle down, read my email. I get up again and look at her, and she's still at the table. She hasn't said a word, though. I'm like, man, who is she listening to? What is she listening to? And so she eventually looks at me again and she goes, I'm like, oh, she's listening to the rest of The God of the Woods by Liz Moore. And
Yeah,
which is,
because I'm driving home and I hit the bridge coming into our neighborhood, and I'm just at the point where I'm screaming, "Oh my god," about things that have developed. I'm like, there's no way I cannot listen to the rest of this. So,
the The exact same thing happened to me because after our trip to Miami, I had a business trip in Savannah, so I had another 4 hours. So I listened to most of the rest of the book in that trip to Savannah, but when I got back to Jacksonville, I had just started the last chapter. It was like 15 minutes left in the story, and I was like, "You know what? I'm not waiting till I'm in the car again to listen to the rest of the
Right.
story. I'm gonna finish it today." So I sat down on the couch that afternoon, and listened to the last 15 minutes of that story, to wrap it all up. So it's a fantastic story. It makes me wanna listen or
Yes.
read more of her stuff now. She has several other books. She has a couple other books.
Yeah, there's another one that's on, President Obama's list that I think we should look into. The Long Life or something, and it's
What
another
was it?
Liz Moore book, but
It's that one, as I recall, is around a river or something, or a
yeah, I
lake or
don't
something like
know.
that.
I don't
I seem
I
to
don't wanna
remember.
be on my phone right
I
now. Anyway,
Yeah. I
yeah,
I just know I just remember thinking that she clearly has, and all writers do, like I do, um, like technology, flows through all of my writing. In her writing, it seems like nature and, things like that, wildlife and stuff flows through her books, and that's fine. That's the sort of thing that will, make an author's work unique.
anchor
And
you to that author.
yes, and make you read that author for that thing, right? I mean, Michael
Right.
Connolly has his thing. Um, Craig Johnson, has his thing, which turns out to be,
Margaret Atwood has her thing.
yeah, yeah. Craig Johnson is ancient Indian lore uh, and modern Montana, but yeah, Margaret Atwood has her thing. All authors have sort of a theme that sort of flows through their books, even if their books are very, very different. So that's a natural thing, and I think it makes that author's signature unique, and I think that's a very good thing. So we definitely, both of us, definitely recommend *The God of the Woods* by Liz Moore. If you have not read it, get a copy in your favorite format. We don't care what format you experience books. Listen to an audio, paperback, hardback, ebook, whatever. Find a way to get a copy of this book and experience it, because it is a fantastic story. So I think you'll like it.
Yeah, it's wonderful. Truly enjoyed it.
So we're going to move on to our next topic, which is what we're watching. What are we
And
watching
it's
this
pretty much
this
the
this week?
same. We're still watching The Pit because it's The Pit. But St. Dennis Medical, which is still funny for
Oh,
us.
love some.
Have we
We
really
we
watched anything else?
well,
Oh,
what we didn't. We
Lincoln
started
Lawyer.
watching the new season of Lincoln Lawyer. Obviously,
Right.
Michael Connolly, one of my favorite authors. Um, the The Lincoln Lawyer series has been very, true to the books, a lot more so than the movies at times, the movie of The Lincoln Lawyer especially, but it's been very true to the, books, and it's very well written, and we started to get into season 4, is that right? Season 4, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, season 4, and so it's really, really good. I've read all of the books, but, I don't remember, detailed plot lines in books that I've read unless I've read them more than once, so I'm experiencing, the story for the second time, but not really knowing everything that's going to happen. Jeannie's not
Right.
a big hasn't read the Michael Connolly books for the most part, although her
I've
parents
read
are
a
the reason
few.
why I read them. Have you? Oh, that's right. You have read a few because you borrowed them for when you were reading at school. I forgot that you've read a couple of those
Yes. Actual physical paperback books.
when I was buying paperback books. It's been a long time.
Yeah.
But I've never told that story on, at least not on the podcast, but I was introduced to Michael Connolly because your mother not loaned, she gave me a copy of Black Echo, which was Michael Connolly's first novel, and I read that while we were on a cruise ship one time and fell in love with the characters and with his writing, and I have read just about everything he's written. I can't think of anything he's written I
Well,
haven't
she
read.
loved Michael Connolly too.
Yeah. So, excellent, excellent stories. Um, and I love and I'm trying to emulate a little bit of his style in this way. He loves to write books in the same universe with a multitude of characters, and sometimes they cross over into the same book, sometimes they have their own books. I think that's an excellent way to build a world around your books, and it's a little bit of the way I'm approaching the Alan Harrison and Layla series with its also with offshoot novels that are in the same universe but not the same characters. And that's what we're doing for book three, which is a character that you met in the failsafe program, is mentioned in Cybernetic Resonance in passing. I think she has one scene, and then has her own book
Yeah, she does.
in. Yep, she has her own scene, and in the third book is about her and what's going on in her life. So,
Yeah.
and she'll make spoiler. She'll make appearances in future books, so we're not going to kill off that character.
So
She's way too good.
yeah, she is. She is. I love her. She's one of my favorite characters. Anyway, the other thing that I'm watching that Jerry doesn't really watch, because there's Us TV and then there's Genie TV. And Genie TV is wildly different than thing, but I've been watching Ponies and I just finished it. It's on Peacock. It's about these two women who end up being CIA agents in Moscow in the early 70s. It's good. It's fun. I really enjoyed it. I would recommend that.
So I've seen probably 2 or 3 full episodes and bits and pieces of other episodes. I think it's really good too, even if it isn't necessarily my favorite genre, but it's well done, and
It is well
I
done.
thought both the actresses did a great job in that, and the story is very interesting. So I may finish it at some point myself, but it is really good. My idea of Jerry only watching is old reruns of Perry Mason,
Or Rockford Files.
The Rockford Files. I like The Rockford Files. I was thinking the other day that I need to find a way to get a lawyer into my books, so but that seems a
Ooh,
little too
that would be
much,
fun. Would it
it might
be
be too close.
yeah. But yeah,
Well,
with all the other I mean, there's a
there
lawyer
is a
mentioned in
there's a
okay, but
lawyer
we're like
mentioned
spoilers.
that's
So,
spoilers. We're gonna talk about that. There's a lawyer mentioned in Cybernetic Resonance, but I'm not sure he's a trial lawyer, so we'll see if that goes anywhere. Um,
he could be
so
in
that's
anything everything more.
he could be,
I'm
or
making
maybe
stuff up.
he's I'm starting to think about the story. I may have to leave the podcast to go write a summary for the
That's
story.
okay, I can
Um,
entertain people.
are you gonna juggle?
No. Nobody
You can make
needs to see
you
that.
can do your audio book voices.
Yeah.
So, trying to think if they were watching anything else. I think
I
that's
don't
it.
really think we are be
We have not started watching the latest season of Bridgerton, though we're going to get to it.
no. Yes, because Jeannie wants to watch that.
Yes, um,
It's fun. It's kind of
it is fun.
mindless people watching kinda TV, but
It,
not in a
it
reality show kinda way.
it's kind of fascinating. What fascinates me about that story is its quasi historical nature, where it's sort of historical, but not really, because they don't really adhere to any of the history around the characters. And the characters
Right.
that are historical are highly fictionalized, and uh, and a- and they take liberties with that. But that's fine. It's a fun story. It's interesting.
Yeah.
It's very humorous at times and very moving at times too. But we'll get to that
Yeah.
sooner or later. We'll get to that.
Sometime.
Maybe after we finish. Maybe after we finish the Lincoln Lawyer, which at the rate we're going is going to be pretty soon.
Yes, because 'cause we'll sit there and watch an episode, and then I'll, like, glance over at him and look at my watch like, "We have time for another episode," and so we end up watching another episode.
well, we tried, but I fell asleep the
I
last
know.
one. We got to
Yeah,
finish
but
that one. We should do that tonight.
we will. Yeah, because you were tired because dinner and everything, and speaking of dinner,
What's for
what are we
dinner?
cooking? What's for dinner?
What's for dinner? So we've recently made some adjustments to our diet, based on some health advice that Jeannie got from a nutrition, trying to address some challenges that she's been facing. And frankly, both of us could use this advice because we both have some health challenges. We're not getting any younger, And the advice was to more closely follow a Mediterranean style diet. And when we looked at it, we were close already. We were already doing a lot of
Yeah.
this things on this diet.
We
And one
didn't
of the things I really
have
love
the omega-3 aspect of it.
right, right. That's what we've amped up a lot is the omega-3, but a lot of the other things we were following. And the thing I love about the Mediterranean diet is it's not really based on depriving yourself. It's really based on the types of foods that you eat and including uh, plenty of vegetables and nuts and other things that are nutrient dense, which is really
Yeah.
the trick in a diet that's really good for you. So this past week we cooked a blackened tilapia that we paired with my favorite dish, uh, jasmine rice cooked in butter, and we
That is
didn't.
not what That's not what we cooked the blackened tilapia with. It was the cheddar grits.
You're so right. You're right. We didn't do the jasmine. We did the jasmine rice for something else. So you're right. I cooked for the first time ever. I cooked cheddar grits.
They were
So
good.
it was cheddar grits with tilapia, which was blackened, with a sort of a pseudo Cajun style on it, but not really, because we didn't have any Cajun spices. But we did things like paprika, and I think there was some cayenne pepper and some other, our regular garlic and
Yeah.
onion powder and things like that. But the cheddar grits uh, were really amazing. I am not a huge shrimp and grits fan or fish and grits fan, but the cheddar grits did really, really, really well. So you cook it with both chicken stock and milk, and you add toward the end of the process, you add in the cheddar cheese, and you mix all that together, and it gets really, really thick and really,
And
really
savory.
savory. And then you put that down, and you put the fish on top of it. Serve it with some uh, uh, lemon wedges so that you can sprinkle that lemon juice on there, and it was really, really good.
It
I'm looking
was.
forward to cooking blackened fish again. We're gonna do that dish again. I think
Probably
I told you
soon.
I had some yeah, I had some ideas for making it a little bit better. The grits could have been a little thicker,
Yeah.
and I wanted to reduce the amount of chicken
Liquids in
stock that
the
I put in it, the liquids in it, to make it a little bit thicker.
You
But
know that
overall,
whole
the
bag of
dish was really,
lemons
really
went
good.
bad.
Did it?
Yeah. I
That's
picked it up the other day and all of them were bad. I was like, "That's
uh
not right."
Well, that probably serves us right for buying a whole bag of lemons instead of just buying a couple of lemons. I mean, you try to buy
Well,
in bulk to save money and to save time, but honestly, it's probably best to buy just one or two that you need for that week. And
yeah.
and we should do more of that because inevitably things go bad if we try to bulk up to stock up too much. And we had the same thing with the avocados that we bought, right? Because we've added fresh avocado to our breakfast sandwiches, right? In the morning, we're spreading the avocado. Jeannie has me spreading the avocado with a fork, which I'd never done before. But we bought 4 of them, right?
Yeah, I don't know. We still have 1.5 left. And
Yeah,
we're
so
going through
we've
about
used
a
2.
quarter a quarter of
Yeah,
an
we've used 2.
avocado. Today we
Well,
used a half.
yeah, well, a quarter of the last avocado was bad and we threw it out,
Yeah.
but those were really, really, ripe, to start out with when we started out.
I tried to
So
get the harder ones and then use the squishy as we went, if that made any
so
sense.
It it did. And then Jeannie has a dish that she's about to, prepare for us, and I wanted to talk about that dish. I didn't tell her I was gonna ask her about this.
The red lentil thing? Is
Tell
that what
us a
you're
little bit
talking
about
about?
that dish. Yeah,
I
yeah.
I am not prepared. I know it has red lentils, carrots, it's a soup. It's supposed to take about a half an hour. I
This is the
s
one this is the one that you use an inversion, blender
Oh,
with,
yeah.
is that right?
Yeah, you're supposed to, like, take out half of it and immersion blender it
Immersion blender, yep.
to get it all thick, but I who's got time for that? We're just gonna do it and just not leave some of it a little chunky. I'm excited. Yeah, we're probably gonna do that soon.
Yeah. And tonight we have to cook the chicken, right? Because
Yeah,
I forgot to put the chicken in the freezer, and so, we have to cook it this week before it starts to go bad. But
yeah.
that's okay.
So,
We like chicken. Of course, we have to buy more chicken now. We usually like to keep it we buy it frozen, and we can take it out and unfreeze it 'cause it'll, thaw in less than a day, and take it out first thing in the morning, and it's thawed and ready to go. But I did not know that they had put it all in one bag, all the meats in one bag, and so I just put the bag in the refrigerator. Jeannie asked me later, "Why is this chicken in the refrigerator?" Like, because I didn't realize it was in there, so we'll just have to cook it sooner
yeah.
than we had hoped. And then we have to buy more chicken because we love to have that chicken.
Yeah,
So,
it's easy, quick, it's the perfect size, they're 4 ounces. It's perfect for us. We have, like, discovered baked chicken. Like, how boring is that? But it is
oh,
so delicious.
it's really good. I'm surprised. I mean, we would fry it or, we've air
Air
fried it.
fry it.
I mean, we've baked it before, but not the same way. But just baking it for 20 25 minutes on a sheet pan with other vegetables with, regular seasoning, not even a lot of seasoning, just salt and pepper at times. It's so juicy. It's so, tasty. I don't know why weren't doing it but that way before. It's really good for you, and it's quick. It's 20 minutes and you
Yeah,
have your it's done. So
and
almost no prep time, and just throw it in and it's
yeah,
ready.
it's a great weekday dinner,
Yeah, and
you
that's
know?
important. That's important, right? Because one of the biggest challenges in cooking for 2 couples who both work outside of the home is that you come home from work, you don't really wanna spend 2 hours fixing dinner, right? You're not Julia Child in the kitchen after working 8 hours and coming home, and all you really wanna do is get comfortable and watch some TV and then go to bed, right? Or read a book or something, but so we try to find meals to cook during the week that aren't, too complicated, that take, 20 to 30 minutes to do, and, most of these dishes that we prepare, with very, very few exceptions, can be done in under an hour, and I think that's
What
really,
was
really important.
what was the meal with the asparagus and the garlic? Was that chicken? Just chicken, potatoes, and asparagus?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. Yeah, we had the little that's the one we did with the little potatoes?
Yeah, that was good
Yeah,
too.
yeah, oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, because we cooked the potatoes first, then we, scooted those to the edge, put down the asparagus and salmon. It was salmon.
Oh, yeah.
It was salmon. It was salmon. It was baked salmon. So we did, potatoes, little, baby potatoes cut into halves.
The little honey bite
Yeah,
potatoes, whatever,
little
nibblers,
yeah. I don't they weren't the nibblers. I think they were the honey gold or something. They're like,
whatever. Little
um,
Yukons.
they're yeah, little Yukons, but, uh, yeah, we cut those you cut those in half and, you just toss them in salt and pepper and, olive oil, bake those for a while, and then get the, asparagus and the salmon on there and bake those all a little bit longer, and then you have a
And
whole
we did
meal, and again
but we did the asparagus differently. We added all of that, garlic and salt, and do you remember
yes,
how good that
yes,
was? We need to do
it
that.
was
We have asparagus in
fantastic.
our that's what we're gonna do with the asparagus in the fridge right now.
Yeah, that it's really good. That was really, really good. We don't usually put that much spice, and I overdid it just a little bit, I think, but
Yeah,
that
a
was a
little.
different deal, maybe. It was a little more than we usually do, but it was good.
I'm trying to think
It added a lot of flavor.
I'm trying to think what the jasmine rice I mean, you did rice with the pork chop? No, we had beans. I don't know what the
Nope.
rice was for.
The the pork chops, my infamous, um, honey, uh, white wine sauce with the pork chops, and then we did, that day we did I did the almond caramelized onion green bean recipe that I made for Thanksgiving that one year that I love to make.
It's
Um,
so good.
maybe the only time we had the jasmine rice was when we cooked the chicken that
Rice
we
for
made
th
for lunches.
Yeah.
Maybe I was I had in my mind we had done it for the blackened fish, but you're right. It was the cheese grits that was so fantastic. I'd forgotten all about that.
Yeah.
So
Wow,
so
we have a lot of cooking to do this week.
we do. Well, we do. Even
I'm
though
glad we're back
even
doing that.
yeah, yeah, we had talked about that. We had gotten out of cooking for a couple of weeks, and we were eating out too much. And if there's a couple of things wrong with that. First of all, it's not as good for us nutritionally. It's just not. We overeat when we eat out, right? Second of all, it's expensive. It's really expensive. And although we're not hurting for money, we're not living paycheck to paycheck. There's no reason to spend, $100 on a meal that you could make at home. That's better
And
for
let's
you
not
and taste better for a third of the cost.
I mean, groceries are expensive right now. I was really a little shocked at our grocery bill the other day after we got
It was
all of the
it was
staples and
expensive.
stuff for our
Yeah,
new eating regimen. Poor choice of word. Eating plan.
right.
Don't like that word either. I don't know. Eating style. And I was like, wow, it's kind of expensive to eat healthy. I can totally get why there's a problem, but that's for a different podcast, not this one.
Okay, not this one. So that's what's for dinner. We should get banners or something for these segments,
We're gonna.
So
What
when we get
what
our
what
advertisers, lined up, we have
what's for
sections they can
dinner brought
sponsor.
to you by the Screaming Goat Coffee Company.
Speaking of Screaming Goat Coffee Company, you notice that I keep pointing the wrong place. We're wearing, Screaming Goat, polos. Jeannie designed these, and they're available on the website now, and you can, get one for yourself. Just go to jesuttonjr.com, go to the store. They're available. There's all sorts of Screaming Goat coffee company swag that's available on the site. Jeannie loves designing that stuff, and
It's
so we got these. They
whatever
came
Jeannie
today.
wants. Whatever Jeannie wants,
That's how
Jeannie
that's how
designs.
we get the designs on the store. So I think they're fantastic. I think they look really really good. I think I like this color, but I really like the logo showing up on Jeannie's shirt. That dark shirt with that logo looks really really nice. So
Yeah.
um,
The
if
side patch doesn't.
that's not as good. I think the side patch looks better on this shirt, but I just love the whole concept. I love the fact that the Screaming Goat Coffee Company is a character in and of itself. I can't wait to write more stories about the Screaming Goat Coffee Company and the folks that are in that story. And of course, if you're following on social media, the Screaming Goat Coffee Company has their own social media. That is all Jeannie. She does that. It's kind of fun. It allows her to send a message, to do stories, and have content that are all based in that universe. It's kind of
I'm
fun.
really mad about it right now though because I came up with that idea for that little goat plushie, and now I
I want
want that
that
little
goat
goat
plushie.
plushie.
We have to find somebody who can make that.
Yes. So if you know somebody who makes plushies that can put a little T-shirt with a little Screaming Goat Coffee Company logo on it, hit us up because
Yep,
we'll pay for it.
let us know. Yeah, we will. We want to get that. I'd love to have that little plushie. I'd love to sell those little plushies. So we're getting close to the end, but I wanted to know if you wanted to end this week's show with a little bonus content for our viewers and listeners, and because you've been doing your haiku a day on
Mhm.
Life Interpreted,
Yep.
which is your Substack.
Lifeinterpreted.substack.com. Yep.
There you go. Which and it's fun. Every day there's a new one. It's really really fun to see what's going on in Jeannie's life. In how many syllables is it again?
17
17. All right. And so I wanted to know
575.
if you want 575. So I want to know if you wanted to take us out this week with a haiku.
Sure. Co authored life. Never know what you're going to get. See you in 2 weeks.
Thank you so much for that. So every story has an end. However, our process is just beginning.
Thanks for joining us behind the scenes of the co authored life.
I'm Jerry E. Sutton Jr.
And I'm Jeannie. To see what we're currently working on, visit jesuttonjr.com. We'll see you in the next chapter.
Hey, I got the intro right this time, mostly.
Woohoo! Progress.
Have fun, everybody. Thank you for joining us again. Hit us up if you have any questions or comments.
Or if you know anyone who's going to make a plushie.
Oh, yeah, if you have a plushy source, let us know. If you have a plushy guy,
Plushies!
have a plushy guy, hit us up.